I always thought they should have, like, you know how they have that Dick Clark, Ed McMahon, like, blooper shows?
The blooper show, yeah.
They should have those for pornos, you know, because, you know, I'm sure they make mistakes on the set and everything. You know, it'd be funny to see, you know, like the girl going, you know, Harry, you have a huge clock. You know, they're just messing up their line.
And then you cut back to Ed McMahon and...
Cut back to Ed and Dick. I don't know.
You don't know what you're doing. You're just riffing here. You don't know. No, you got a family. You got a kid, right?
Yeah, I got a beautiful little kid.
How old is he?
He's 3. He's the greatest.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Is he like, let's just end there. He's just a great, great kid.
Yeah, he's like 3 now. He's reaching the age where he's kind of, they reached that kind of cruel age, you know, where it's like, you know, Lord of the Flies or something, where you got to watch him. And we got a dog, you know, a little dog.
Yeah, I know dogs, yeah.
Yeah. We call him Doogie. When I was a kid, my parents named my dog Snoopy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I was completely embarrassed all the time. It's like the hackiest name you can call your dog, you know. And people go, hey, what's your dog's name? Well, it's nothing, you know. But so the point of the story is this.
Yes.
My kid is getting this cruel age, and you always got to watch him around the dog, you know, because he'll, you know, and he lies, you know, like you're, hey, what are you doing there? You shouldn't be petting his eyeball like that. He doesn't like that, you know. And he's like, no, he likes that. You told me. I go, dogs can't talk. I'm not stupid, you know.
Yeah.
And I can't even find the dog anymore because the kids always, hey, where are you, Doogie? Where to play with Dylan? Where are you? You know, I can't find him anywhere, you know. Open the cupboard, dog's in there. You know,
not here.
Not here. Yeah, you know, all the sports, and you know, they got the great sports, and then the bizarre. Like, you ever see that one where they like walk fast? It's the fast walking.
Yeah.
This is like, you know, it's retarded. You know, it's like it's just a guy walking fast. It's not a sport. And you know, like that. You know, this guy doesn't get a lot of respect around the Olympic Village, you know, from like the sprinters and stuff, you know. Going, hey, Fred, good stroll today, man. That was the briskest stroll. What do you smashed the 20-minute mile? I heard. They said it could never be done. But you know what's weird is that guy gets a gold medal, and meanwhile, like the decathlon champ, he gets a gold medal. You know, that's not fair. Like, they shouldn't get the same thing. You get the gold medal, you're the world's greatest athlete, you do 10, then the other guy walks fast? That's crazy.
They should have another medal.
Yeah, they should have.
Right.
They should get that guy like a stick or something. You get a stick, you know?
A nice stick, but a stick.
Yeah, a nice stick. That's for you, buddy. And then you can do all your great endorsement deals there afterwards.
All right.
It was Christmas in New York, you know, and I was alone. So anyways, there was a diner that I always go to near my house. It's a really nice diner. And so I went there, and there was this homeless bum there, you know?
Just say a homeless guy. It's not politically correct to say bum. I like when you say homeless bum.
No, I thought they didn't like to be called bums.
Yeah, right. A homeless guy, yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, so, okay.
I'm not going to let you get to this story. I'm just going to keep giving you a hard time about bums. You meet a bum, a hobo, a tramp.
A tramp, yeah. He had a little stick with a thing on it.
He was from the 1930s. Yeah, okay.
And so he says to me, can I get some money off you? And I don't like giving the homeless bums money. I'll tell you why. Because I figure they'll do the crack. Right?
They'll do the crack.
Yeah,
okay.
My mom says never give a homeless bums money because they'll go do the crack. So I said, okay. I don't want to give this guy money. He'll go do the crack. I said, why don't I just bring you in the diner, you know, and I'll get you a meal. I'll buy you a meal. It's Christmas, you know, it'll be nice. So the guy goes, okay. So we go in the diner and we order, you know, the meal. And this guy just keeps ordering food, you know, like he's really hungry.
Yeah.
And so he orders and orders and orders, and I'm like, well, you know, you got to be nice. Got to the, you know, thing.
Sure.
And so I order like a soup or something. And then all of a sudden, like, this unbearable stench comes off the guy. Huge stench.
Really?
It smelled like
That's okay.
It was like... Anyway, so... I don't know what the smell was.
Yeah,
It was like, it was like human waste or something, you know? And it seemed to be coming from the guy's, like, trousers.
No, I said that's okay.
Okay.
I was like, the stench is enough. We all can do the rest in our head.
You're right. So this stench fills the diner, right? So I have to go to this diner, right? So everybody's looking at me like, what the hell did you bring a homeless bum in the diner for? With a stench, you know? So I'm like, I'm trying to eat my soup. I can't even eat it. And I'm wishing I'd bought this guy crack. I wish I'd got, you know what I mean? I wish I'd gone found some crack and bought it for the guy. So anyway, and everybody hates me. The guy that, you know, I go there every day. And so then the end of the meal comes. This guy's ordered everything, and I'm looking at my wallet. I only have like 28 bucks. It was like 31 bucks. All I had was a soup. And so now basically we're two homeless bums, you know? And neither of us. So I go, look, buddy, and he's been jabbering about Rockefeller. He was at Rockefeller's funeral. I didn't know what he was talking about. And I go, look, buddy, you got to come up with something here, you know? Kick in something.
You want him to? Yeah, that's only fair.
He ate almost everything. I had a soup. He was having a hamburger. So the guy goes in his pocket, and then I didn't want who God knows what he has in his pocket, right? But he had some coins, and they were all gross, and they were like, some of them were black. Anyway, that's my Christmas story.
Man, wow! What a You're a regular Garrison Keeler over here.
And some of the coins were black.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen. And you close the book and kiss your child good night. That's a nice story.
Pamela Anderson is married. That's in the news.
That's right. That's technically in the news. Yeah, to rocker Tommy
And
Lee.
she's pregnant.
Yeah.
She's going to have a baby, and so I was reading they're deciding what to call the baby. You understand? So they don't know.
I'm with you so far. Yeah.
They say if the baby's a girl, they're going to name it after the mother. So they call it Pamela, right? But if the baby's a boy, then they're going to name it after the father. They're going to call it Lucky Bastard.
He told it with such joy.
I know.
I'm so told with such joy and commitment. That alone will get you an Emmy. This is a field day for you. As you know, it just came over the wire not hours ago. Lisa Marie and Michael Jackson. What do you think of that?
I just heard that before we went on. Yeah, Lisa Marie and Michael Jackson are getting divorced, and they cited irreconcilable differences. And I have the inside story. I heard that Lisa Marie was actually behind Michael's back. She was fooling around with another homosexual pedophile. He didn't even know about it. Is that crazy? Women, huh? That's women for you.
Oh, you blew that here. You could have used that on the update.
I was thinking of that right before. I could have said that on the
You must be happy about this whole Michael Jackson thing. You know, he's in the news. That's good stuff for you.
He merged with a prince. And they're getting all their money together, and he's going to open a theme park. Heard that. And they're saying, I got a kind of a scoop, you know. Their first ride is going to be, they got the homosexual pedophiles of the Caribbean. That's going to be their first.
Are you sure that's true, Norm?
No,
Are you sure that's absolutely true?
Somebody told me that. I don't know. All my information, I either get it, I never remember where I get it. It could be like from Time Magazine or Shakespeare. It could be something I read in a wall in a bathroom.
Sure, you never know what's going on. What do you care? You're not a real newsman anyway.
No, I don't like the paper.
You were a Star Search contestant once, weren't you?
Yeah,
Didn't you want to compete in Star Search?
Yeah, when I first started, I was on. It was a special Star Search because I was from Canada, so it was international Star Search.
Oh.
Yeah, they did it once a year, and what they do is they get people from all over the world, you know, stars of the future, you know what I mean? And then, so I was up, I was in the comedy category, the comedian.
Oh, good for you.
So
you had to work that one out, yeah.
So I represented Canada, you know, and then I was up against the guy that he was representing Africa. He was an African guy. So he was much more international than I was.
Right.
He had he had like a gown, you know, tribal gown, and he wore one of them hats they wear, you know. And I didn't have a hat.
All right.
So I just looked like a regular lame stand-up. I had my suit on, like now.
Yeah, right, right.
I went out there. I was excited, you know, because it was America to me, you know.
Yeah.
I'm from Canada. Star Search. I thought I'll become a star.
Hence the name, Star Search.
Yeah, if you win, right?
Yeah.
So I go out there. I'm excited, man. I went out there, and they had you go out and they have like a clock. You know, you got 2 minutes to do. You only got to do 2 minutes. And I had at that time I had about 2 minutes. So
so this is going to work out well, you thought?
Yeah. And I go out, and everybody hates my guts. You know, it's like dead silent. There's like no one laughing at all. You know, and the
clock starts to run the minute you get going.
See the clock going down, and around after about a minute and a half, you're not much chance. You know, winning them back. And I think some people thought I was in a different category. You know? But nobody laughing is the worst thing. And the Canadian flags behind me. You know?
Oh God! Oh no! Really?
And then one time I remember the worst part. I looked over Ed McMahon. He was like glaring at me, like a mean look.
Ed McMahon glaring at you?
He wasn't even laughing. That's his job. You know, that's what he does. He was taking some time off. You know?
I've never seen him glare. I don't think anybody.
Oh, it's mean glare. So then I got off. I was shaking, you know. I was like stunned. And then my manager and agent, they were like idiots, you know. And so they go like, it was good. You know? That was great. They're shaking my hand. So I go, really? Yeah, you think it was good? It worked out, huh? You go, yeah. Oh, man. I go, but nobody was laughing, you know, which I thought was Gage, you know, and they go, no, that's the way it is on this show. No, don't worry about that. And then as they're saying it, you know, the African guy comes on. Yeah. He says one joke. They laugh for 2 minutes, you know, and it's like huge laughter. I can't even hear him. I'm going, what? The guy's going, it doesn't mean that's the way they like you.
So what happened? What was the end result here?
The end result was they have judges that give you they make up your score. And so then the most humiliating thing is, you've lost. You have to go back out with the guy, you know? It's like, stand there, you know? And then Ed McMahon, he just, you go, another tough decision for the judges, you know? That was actually the first time I heard laughter during the whole thing. So, and the judges, it was like three guys. Robin Leach was the only guy I knew, and then there were three other guys. And then so it was like, so I got, this is my score. Okay. I got 3/4 of a star.
They can cut a star up?
So what happens is three guys give you 1 star, and one guy, and I think it was Robin Leach, gives you no star. So
you got 3/4 of a star and you lost.
Yeah, he got 4 stars. And then afterwards, it's you go to this you go to this place. It's like a room, and there's a party after the show. And everybody's there, and like all the winners are like in one section, happy. And then you're like sitting there with the Nicaraguan junior dancers.
We would call them the losers. Yeah.
There was a guy, man. He lived down the road. His name was John Neil Mergerison. And this guy, I went to him once. I've been away for a couple of years, I moved to the city, and I came back. And I said, John Neil, how you doing? I went to his what do you got, farm? And, so he showed me his pigs. He had a bunch of pigs there, He had a bunch of pigs, a bunch of them. And one of the pigs had a wooden leg,
What?
Oh, yeah, a wooden leg. So I thought that was odd, So I says to him, John Neil, that's odd there. What's that pig? What's the story with that pig? So John Neil, he goes, oh, man, Norm, he says, that's a special pig. He goes, you wouldn't believe that pig. I go, yeah? Well, tell me about it. He goes, that pig, you wouldn't believe it. He says, last winter, you know, he goes, the house burned down. You know, you probably heard, the house burned down. And he said, me and the wife, we were sleeping on our bed. And he says, we never would have heard. We never would have heard. We never would have woken up. But he goes, that pig, he broke out of his pen. He ran all the way to the house. And he went up to the bedroom window, you know. He says he starts hitting his little snout on a window, you know. And he says, me and the wife, we woke up. And we got out, man, just in time. We escaped that inferno. He didn't use the word inferno. He's just a farmer. But,
you threw that in there.
Yeah, he said, we escaped that conflagration, you know. So I go, man, that's quite a story about the pig. He goes, oh, man, it doesn't stop there. I go, really? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, just later after that, like the following summer, me and the wife were plowing in North 40, and our little boy, only 2 years old, man, fell into the well, and all alone, you know, and we no way we could do anything. We were plowing, and he says we didn't hear, you know, and he says, man, you know, we're getting older. We're probably not going to have another kid. You know, that kid means everything to us. I go, I know, John Neal, I know that. You don't have to tell me that. So he said, I said, what happens? He goes, that's their very same pig. He says, he heard the child's wailing plaintive cry. He didn't say plaintiff, you know, he's a farmer. But he says, he heard the child. He broke out of his pen. He ran all the way to the well. He looked down. There was the poor son of ours there, Billy, you know, down at the bottom of the well. He says, the pig, he took his snout there. He started pulling up on a rope. And the kid got right out, you know, and man, that's great, isn't it? And I go, man, that's the greatest story I ever heard. Man, oh, what a pig. I said, what a pig that is. I said, one question, though, John Neal. I said, he got a wooden leg. I don't understand that part. Pig got a wooden leg over there. John Neal goes, man, he goes, what are you, crazy? He says, a great pig like that, you can't eat them all at once. You know, he says,
yeah. You're enjoying life?
Yeah.
You like doing that? You call it the fake news.
Yeah.
You like doing that.
I like doing that because I always can keep up with the news, you know? And and also, before I start with my jokes, I just want to say, like, I said a thing on last show about Andy enjoying gay porn.
Right, I remember you saying that. Yeah.
And I thought later, that was just a stupid thing to do.
Well, I guess it was all forgotten until you just brought it up.
So, he doesn't like gay porn, you know? He doesn't like gay porn. So anyway.
I can't stand gay porn.
Right.
Gay porn, no thanks. So if you're getting me a birthday present, no gay porn.
I'm glad it's, you know, that's great because it really cleared the air.
Yeah. Okay, so I wanted to talk about the news, you know, that's going on nowadays.
Yeah, the news.
Yeah. All kinds of things going on. There's the Dick Morris is getting a new show. Did you hear about that?
Dick Morris, the presidential advisor in the scandal. Yeah.
Right. Didn't you hear that now he's getting a show? He's there like, can you believe a guy actually getting a show on the TV?
That's amazing.
Yeah. And it's a morning show. It's called Good Morning Whores.
I'd watch that.
Yeah.
I'd watch that in a second.
And what else? The Mad Chopper. Have you heard about that guy?
Oh, everyone's heard about the Mad Chopper.
He's the Mad Chopper. They let him out, and then he, of course, what's he going to do? He's the Mad Chopper. He starts chopping people up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they should never let a guy out with that nickname. You know, you guys have that nickname, and then they're always in the paper. They try to make a story like there's two sides to it, you know, because they interview different people, and one guy goes, oh, you know, he was a nice guy. He gave me a birthday cake once, and one time he helped me, you know, fix my, stereo. You know, and then they interview another guy, and he goes, yeah, that guy chopped me up, you know? So they go, there were two sides to the Mad Chopper, you know? It's crazy.
Yeah,
and then there's this other story about the Incubus. You know about this?
It's a sneaker or something?
It's a woman's shoe. It's a shoe for women, and it's called the Incubus. And then it turns out that the Incubus is this guy from way back in the old days. He's a medieval demon that, has, what do you call it, like unconsensual sex with women in their sleep.
Really? And he was a mythological character.
Yeah, he didn't really exist, but still, he was a bad, bad demon. And then they go and name the shoe that, you know? That's crazy. You shouldn't name a shoe that.
No, that's bad.
That's crazy.
So that's your take on it, that they shouldn't name a shoe. I got ya.
I don't know.
You're right. Lent, you take Lent pretty seriously, the Catholic holiday of Lent. Is that the case?
Well, you have to give up stuff on Lent. So every year on Lent, I give up stuff. And I made up a list, you know?
Oh, really?
Of stuff that I gave up. So I have it here in my pocket. Can I read it?
I would love to hear what Norm gave up for Lent. Yeah, why not?
I don't have it in my pocket.
You don't have it?
Oh, here it is. It's in this pocket.
Okay.
Yes, this is a list of things that I gave up for Lent. Okay, ready? I gave up powerlifting.
All right, out.
Yeah, I didn't want to do that anymore. And then I gave up lifting of any kind.
Okay, that's good.
And then I gave up dressing up like an incubus. Now that people know what it is, you know.
Not going to do that.
No. And then I gave up. This isn't a good one. I gave up feeding my cat.
You got to break that habit.
Yeah, that's not good.
Lent's a good time to do that.
So that's. Oh, and then I gave up spending thousands of dollars trying to methodically seduce Andy's wife.
No more of that, huh? All right, that's very nice. Good for you.
What a relief. Plus, it gets in the idea that Andy has a wife. My Uncle Phil. You ever meet my Uncle Phil?
I didn't meet your Uncle Phil, no.
Oh, you didn't? He was...
Yeah, we don't know each other that well. Remember?
That's true.
No,
so,
I've not met your Uncle Phil.
He's a good man, Uncle Phil. So he was telling me, you know, he's just one of these guys that has so many lives pushed into one. He just does so many things, you know? And he was telling me, he says, he's a kind of a jack of all trades, you'd call him.
Yeah. That's a good phrase.
Yeah, he's a jack of all trades. So he was telling me, he said, the problem is you're not really appreciated for any single thing because you're so good at so many things. You understand what I mean?
I hear you.
Yeah. So he said to me one time, he says, Norm, he says, we were just walking through his town, you know, of Monkland, Maine he lives in. And we were just walking through the town. He's an old fella, you know?
Right, one of the old people.
Yeah, he's 80.
Yeah, 80, okay.
80 years young, he says. So he goes, Norm, you see that barn over there, he says to me. I look over, there's a barn. I go, yeah. He goes, I built that barn with my own hands, all by myself. But he goes, do they call me, do they say, there's Phil, the barn builder? No, sir, he says. I said, yeah. He goes, look over there, you see that weather balloon? He says, you don't know this about me, Norm. He says, I was one of the first men ever to fly in a weather balloon.
Wow.
He says, but do they say, hey, there goes Phil, the weather balloon pioneer? No. He says, look over there's a bakery that I started. You know, that dirty bastard Bob has it now, but I'm the guy that started that bakery. And I go, all right, easy. And he goes, I started that bakery and I was the best baker, but does anybody go, oh, there goes Phil, the great baker? No, he says, but he says, let me tell you something, Norm. He says, you have sex with one goat. And... He says, people then, they say, there goes Phil, the dirty goat.
Get rid of that. We don't need that microphone anymore, do we? Wow, well, I do want to meet this man someday. He sounds fascinating.
It's true, man. One time my buddy was with a hooker, he was telling me.
Wait a minute, you have a hooker story?
Yes.
Here we go.
And he said that... He said that he phoned me up once. He was in Vegas, and he's like, "Hey, man, I'm with this hooker, but I think she ripped me off, man, because she took the money, right? Oh no, yeah. She said something about like I'm gonna go into the bathroom to get a towel to wipe off your balls or something."
Wait a minute, no, you can't. No, wait a minute,
I can't remember.
What are you doing tonight? I'm glad you can't remember the rest.
All of our stars.
Yeah, you only remember the crucial sentence. This is a network show. We gotta. This is like going to Salt Lake City tonight. Not tonight. All right.
I'm sorry.
Total meltdown tonight.
I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah. Will and Grace is on Tuesdays at 9 on NBC, the same network, by the way, which brought you all of this tonight. What higher endorsement? Sean Hayes.